handcrafted by a veteran. How each one was red, representative of the blood that has been spilled. Well, ladies, I'm sorry to inform you that blood is continuing to be spilled, but not on the battlefield. Let me take you back to late 2018. My grandmother, retired Air Force, has been in a wheelchair for as long as I can remember and barely able to care for herself. Now, she was in the hospital. My grandmother loved Mentos. The candies had actually helped her break her chain smoking habit and may have even saved her life. How ironic it seems that a Mento almost took it. The Mento was inhaled into her lung and she quickly developed terrible pneumonia. Thus, she was rushed to a hospital, a Veteran Affairs hospital. It was at this moment that I was exposed to a hidden side of the Department of Veteran Affairs, one that is not welcoming veterans with open arms, one that is harsh and cruel, one that is not readily exposed to the public. My grandmother, while in the care of the VA, witnessed horrors unimaginable by you and I. Now, my grandmother has been 100% disabled for as long as I can remember, and she was not deemed mentally competent to make her own medical decisions. The doctor supervising her while she had pneumonia had her sign off on a surgery that had a high risk of ending her life. And it almost did. Almost. They nicked a vein and she bled internally, but somehow, by some miracle, she survived. But the treatment following was even worse. I'll spare you the grim details, but she was in unsanitary conditions, cared for by disrespectful nurses, had temperatures well above 100 degrees on her room's thermostat, and a plethora of other situations that can easily be deemed Alice malpractice. And while all this was occurring, I thought to myself, is this treatment normal? $845 million. $845 million is the amount that the VA built up in malpractice charges in the past decade. A Marine Corps veteran went in for a tooth extraction and is now paralyzed and unable to talk. A Korean War veteran went in for a routine biopsy and bled to death because they were not checked on for hours. An epidemic of bed sores is something highly preventable. Ladies, this is the hidden side of the VA, a side that is cruel, a side that is unforgiving, a side that must be fixed. Whether you're left or right, nationalist, federalist, moderate, I hope we can all agree on one thing. No one, especially our veterans, deserves to be treated this way. Now, I don't have the perfect solution to solve these problems. Perfect answers just don't exist. But I can say with certainty that increased privatization of the VA would allow the veterans to have more options and more easily navigate away from doctors that are infamous for malpractice. The Mission Act of 2019 is a great first step, but it's not enough. Ladies, veterans saved us. Now it's time for us to save them. We must save our heroes, our real heroes, the ones that wear the dog tags. Thank you.